Hello students and good morning. So now I'm doing class for class 11 science. The topic is the new topic, that is transformation of products and sums. And in the last online class we finished trigonometrical ratios of compound angles, and I hope you have understood all the theory portions and the problems that we have done in the previous chapter, that is trigonometrical ratios of associated angles and trigonometrical ratios of compound angles. So today is the new topic, that is transformation of products and sums. That is how to transform product of two trigonometric functions into sums, or it may be difference also. Not only sums, it may be difference also, and vice versa. That is how to convert the sum or difference of two trigonometric functions into products. Okay, so now let's write down the formula first, then we will prove that formula with the help of previous chapters, right? So let us write down the formula now. So formulae, that is number one is 2 sine A cos B is equal to, that is, this is the product of two trigonometric functions. Okay, so let us convert it into sum of two trigonometric function. That is 2 sine A cos B is equal to, its formula is, this is sine of A plus B plus this is sine of A minus B. That is, we have converted the product of two trigonometric functions into sum of two trigonometric function. Okay, so next formula is number 2 is 2 cos A sine B. This is 2 cos A sine B is equal to, what is the formula now? It is sine of A plus B, then it should be minus sine of A minus B. If it is sine A cos B, then you should write plus here. But if you write cos A first and then sine B, you should write minus sign here between two sine. Okay. Next, number 3 formula is 2 cos A cos B. Its formula is cos of A plus B plus cos of A minus B. Is that clear? Next formula is number 4 is 2 sine A sine B. If it is 2 sine A sine B, then the formula will be, it will be cos of A minus B minus, it is cos of A plus B. Okay, so we have converted product of two trigonometric functions into sum or difference of two trigonometric functions. Okay, so next, and in the next formula, let us write down the formula for how to convert sum of two trigonometric functions into, how to convert sum or difference of two trigonometric functions into their product. Okay, so now it will be sine C plus sine D. It is sine C plus sine D. So its formula is equal to 2 sine of, this is C plus D by 2 into cos of C minus D by 2. Okay, so what is sine C plus sine D? Which is equal to 2 sine of C plus D by 2 cos of C minus D by 2. That is, we have converted the sum of two trigonometric functions into their product, into the product of two trigonometric functions. Okay, next, number 6, sine C minus sine D. So what is the formula now? What is sine C minus sine D? If it is minus, then you should write cos first. Okay, if it is sine C plus sine D, if there is plus sign, you should write sine first. Sine of C plus D by 2 into cos of C minus D by 2. Is that clear? Next, what is sine C minus sine D? You should write, if there is minus, you should write cos first. That is cos of this is c plus d by 2, then sine of this is c minus d by 2. Okay. Next, number 7 is cos c plus cos d. So its formula will be 2 cos of c plus d by 2 cos of c minus d by 2. Okay, that is the 7th formula. Next, number 8 is cos c minus cos d is equal to, its formula is 2 sine of cos c minus cos d. Cos c minus cos d, its formula will be 2 sine of c plus d by 2 into sine of, it should be d minus c by 2. Okay, so what is cos c minus cos d, which is equal to 2 sine of c plus d by 2 into sine of d minus c by 2. So you should learn all this formula, you should memorize it. Okay, so if you practice the problems regarding this formula, then this formula can be automatically memorized. Is that clear? So you can copy it, so you can note it down. Now we will prove this formula. Okay, so you can note it down. So now let us prove formula number 1. That is, what is formula number 1? 2 sine a cos b is equal to sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b. So let us prove it from right hand side. So it will be easier for you to prove this formula from the right hand side, because on the right hand side you can easily write down the formula from compound angles. Okay, so let us prove it from right hand side now. So therefore RHS is equal to, this is sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b, which is equal to, now let us use the formula for sine of a plus b. Okay, so what is the formula for sine of a plus b from compound angle? It is sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Okay, sine a cos b plus cos a sine b is the formula for sine of a plus b. Plus, next, what is the formula for sine of a minus b? You know that, right? So it will be sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. Cos a sine b. Okay, so here cos a sine b, this cos a sine b will be cancelled, right? And what's about sine a cos b plus sine a cos b? It will be 2 sine a cos b. So it is done, proved. Okay, you have understood now? So you can copy it. So it is easier. This is the easiest method to prove it from right hand side. Okay, so you can easily prove this RHS is equal to LHS. Okay, so we proved it from right hand side. Okay, then we use the formula from compound angle. That is, what is the formula for sine of a plus b? It is sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. And what is the formula for sine of a minus b? It is sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. Then you can cancel these two. So you can add these two now. That is 2 sine a cos b. So it is proved. So I think you have understood it. Okay, so you can copy it. Now formula number 2 and 3 will be a homework. Proof number 2 and number 3 are your homework, right? Number 2 and 3 you can prove it at home. Now let's do number 4. Proof of 4. Proof of 4. So what was formula number 4? Formula number 4 is 2 sine a cos b, 2 sine a sine b. And what was the formula for 2 sine a sine b? It is cos of a minus b minus, this is cos of a plus b. Okay, so here also it will be easier for you to prove this formula from right hand side. Okay, so let us prove it from right hand side here also. So RHS is equal to, this is cos of A minus B minus this is cos of A plus B. So what is the formula for cos of A minus B? You know that it is cos A cos B plus it is sin A sin B. So let us put it within bracket, minus, and again within bracket. What is the formula for cos of A plus B? It is cos A cos B. It is cos A cos B minus sin A sin B, right? So if it is cos of A minus B, so what is the formula for this cos of A minus B from the compound angle? It is cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. You know that. Minus, again within bracket, you write down the formula for cos of A plus B. What is it? It is cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Okay, so let us open this bracket. Cos A cos B plus this is sin A sin B, then minus, multiplied by minus sign, minus cos A cos B, then minus into minus plus it is sin A sin B. So here you can cancel this, cos A cos B will be cancelled, which is equal to, what is sin A sin B plus sin A sin B? You can add them, so it will be 2 sin A sin B. So this is proved. So I think you have understood it, so you can copy it. Now we will prove formula number 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so you can note it down. So now we will prove this formula number 5. So what was formula number 5? It is sin C plus sin D is equal to 2 sin of C plus D by 2 into cos of C minus D by 2. So how can you prove it? We cannot prove it from left hand side or right hand side, but you should know the formula. That is, we can prove this formula from formula number 1. So what was formula number 1? So you should write here, we know that formula number 1 was, what was formula number 1? 2 sin A cos B is equal to, what was the formula for this 2 sin A cos B? This is from formula number 1. So it is 2 sin A cos B is equal to, the formula was sin of A plus B plus sin of A minus B, isn't it? So we know the formula 2 sin A cos B is equal to sin of A plus B plus sin of A minus B. So in that formula, 2 sin A cos B was written on the left hand side, and this sin of A plus B plus sin of A minus B was written on the right hand side. So we have written this expression. The expression in the formula, this expression was on the right hand side in the formula, isn't it? And this 2 sin A sin B was written on the left hand side in the formula. So in this case, we have exchanged their sides. That is, left hand side is taken to the right hand side and the right hand side is taken to the left hand side. Okay? So if there is A is equal to B, then you may write B is equal to A also, isn't it? If A is equal to B, so this is equivalent to B is equal to A. So similarly, the formula is written like this. That is, 2 sin A cos B is equal to sin of A plus B plus sin of A minus B. So here we have changed left hand side to right hand side and right hand side to left hand side. Okay. So now we will prove sin C plus sin D is equal to 2 sin of C plus D by 2 cos C minus D by 2 from this formula. Okay. So let us assume, let A plus B is equal to C, because here A plus B is equal to C is there, and A minus B is equal to what? D. And A minus B is equal to D. Let us mark it as number 1 and let us mark it as number 2. Okay. So let us solve it. So we have assumed A plus B is equal to C. and a minus b is equal to d. That's why it becomes sine c plus sine d. So we can easily derive the formula for sine c plus sine d. Okay. So now let us solve this number 1 and 2. Let us find out those values of a and b. Okay. So here bb gets cancelled. If you add them, a plus a is 2a is equal, this will be c plus d, or what is the value for a? A is equal to, this is c plus d by 2. So we have got the value for a. Is that clear? Now let us find out the value for b. Again let us write down these equations. A plus b is equal to c, a minus b is equal to d. Now how can you get the value for b? You have to eliminate a. So it is plus a, this is also plus a. You have to subtract it, you have to change the sign. Okay, and this is number 1 and this is number 2. Let us subtract it to get the value for b. This is minus, this is plus, and this is minus. Here a gets cancelled, so you will get b plus b is 2b is equal to c minus b, c minus d. So what is the value for b? It is c minus d upon 2. Is that clear now? So now what will you do in the next step? So in the next step, let us put these values of a and b in this formula. Okay, so this is the formula, right? So therefore, putting the values of a and b in the formula, which formula? This formula, right? That is sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b is equal to, this is 2 sine a cos b. This is 2 sine a cos b. Now let us use the values. Sine, what is the value for a plus b? We have assumed it as c, plus sine, what was a minus b? We had assumed it as d, which is equal to 2 sine of, what is a here now? What is the value for a? It is c plus d by 2. It is c plus d by 2, and then cos of what is b here? What was the value for b? It is c minus d by 2. It is c minus d upon 2. So we have proved it, isn't it? That is sine c plus sine d is equal to 2 sine of c plus d by 2 into cos of c minus d by 2. So it is proved. So I think you have understood it. So similarly you can prove formula number 6 and 7. 6 and 7. Formula number is your homework, right? So you can prove formula number 6 and 7 at your home. So these are your homework, okay? So let us prove number 8. So first of all, you note it down. So now let us prove formula number 8, and 6 and 7 are your homework, right? So let us prove this formula, that is cos c minus cos d is equal to 2 sine of c plus d by 2 into sine of d minus c by 2. So how can you prove it? So we can prove it from the previous formula, that is formula number 4. So you know that formula number 4 is, we know that what was formula number 4? You know that formula number 4, isn't it? That is 2 sine a sine b. 2 sine a sine b is equal to, what was the formula? It is cos of a minus b minus cos of a plus b. In formula number 4, actually the formula was 2 sine a sine b is equal to cos of a minus b minus cos of a plus b. And in formula number 4, left hand side was written on the right hand side and the right hand side was written on the left hand side. We just exchanged it, okay? that is cos of a minus b minus cos of a plus b is equal to 2 sin a sin b. Now from this formula we can easily prove this formula, that is cos c minus cos d is equal to 2 sin of c plus d by 2 into sin of d minus c by 2. So let us prove it now. So you can use the similar method here also. Let a minus b, instead of a minus b there is c, let us assume it as c, and instead of a plus b what is here? D, and a plus b is equal to d. Let us mark it as number 2. Is that clear? So now from these two equations let us find out the values of a and b. So you can solve it again, right? So here also bb gets cancelled, a plus a is 2a. 2a is equal to, this is c plus d, right? Or a is equal to, this is c plus d whole divided by 2. So I think you have understood it. Okay, so now let us get the value for b. Again let us write down those two equations again. Let a minus b is equal to c, that is number 1, and a plus b is equal to d, that is your number 2. So now in order to get the value for b you have to subtract these two equations, right? So this is minus minus, this is also minus. Here a gets cancelled. So this is minus b is minus 2b is equal to c minus d. So in order to cancel this minus sign which is on the left hand side, let us take common minus sign from the right hand side. Okay, so therefore minus 2b is equal to, minus is taken common here, so this is d minus c. Here minus minus gets cancels. So what is b is equal to, this is d minus c upon 2. Is that clear now? So these are the values of a and b. So let us put them in the formula. So putting the values of a and b in the formula that we have just written out here, that is cos of a minus b minus cos of a plus b is equal to 2 sin a sin b. So let us write down the formula again. So it is cos of a minus b minus cos of a plus b, which is equal to, that is 2 sin a sin b, which is equal to, this is 2 sin a sin b. So let us write down the formula now. Therefore cos, what is a minus b? C. What was cos of, what is a plus b? A plus b is d, which is equal to 2 sin of, what was the value for a? What was a actually? It is c plus d by 2. A was c plus d by 2 into sine of, what was b? A is equal to c plus d by 2. So we have put it there. And what is b here? It is d minus c by 2. Here b is equal to d minus c by 2. Here b is d minus c by 2. So we have proved it. So let us check it. What is the formula? Cos c minus cos d is equal to 2 sin of c plus d by 2 into sin of d minus c by 2. So we have done it, proved. So I think you have understood it. Okay, so you can copy it. So these are the formula that you should know it, so you should memorize it. Now let's do some problems from the book. So now let's do this problem number 1 of number 1 from exercise 5 page number 148. This is from 2 mark section from the book Higher Mathematics for class 11 by SN Day. So let's do this question number 1. Prove that. Again sub part is number 1. You have to prove it, that is sin 3 theta minus sin theta divided by cos theta minus cos 3 theta is equal to cot 2 theta. So let us prove it. So we can prove it from left hand side, that is LHS is equal to sin 3 theta minus sin theta divided by cos theta minus cos 3 theta. So which is equal to, now which formula is used in this case? So which formula can be used here? You can use sin C minus sin D here. So you can take this 3 theta as C and theta as D. What is sin C minus sin D? What is the formula for sin C minus sin D? You can use formula number 2. That is 2 cos of C plus D. C is 3 theta plus D is theta divided by 2. Right? Then sine. This is 2 cos C plus D by 2 into sine of C minus D by 2. Right? And similarly, what is the formula for cos C minus cos D? You can take this theta as C and 3 theta as D. So what is cos C minus cos D? So you can use here this sin 3 theta minus sin theta. That is sin C minus sin D is formula number not 2. This is formula number 6. This is sin C minus sin D. This is formula number 6. And cos C minus cos D, that is your formula number 8. Okay. So what is the formula for cos C minus cos D? 2 sine of C plus D. Theta plus 3 theta divided by 2. Theta plus 3 theta divided by 2. Then sine of D minus C. What is D minus C? 3 theta minus theta divided by 2. So here you can cancel these two similar terms can be cancelled from both numerator as well as denominator. And then you can cancel this sine 3 theta. Sine of 3 theta minus theta by 2. These are similar terms. You can cancel it. So let us simplify it now. Which is equal to, in the numerator, this is cos. What is 3 theta plus theta? 4 theta. Divided by 2 is 2 theta. Divided by, similarly here, there is sine. This is sine. And what's about theta plus 3 theta by 2? It is 4 theta divided by 2 is 2 theta. Which is equal to, what is cos 2 theta divided by sin 2 theta? So this will be cot 2 theta. So it is proved. Okay. So I think you have understood it. So you can copy it. Now we'll do the next question. So now we'll do question number 3 of number 1. That is, you have to prove that sin theta plus sin 2 theta plus sin 3 theta whole divided by cos theta plus cos 2 theta plus cos 3 theta is equal to tan 2 theta. You have to prove LHS is equal to RHS here. Okay. So this problem number 2 is your homework. I will not give you the hint. You can do it at home. Okay. So you can prove it from left hand side is equal to right hand side. You can use the formula of sin C minus sin D, and here you can use the formula of cos C plus cos D. Instead of C there is A, instead of D there is B. So you can use the formula. Okay. So let's do this question number 3 now. So let us write down left hand side. So here LHS is equal to, let us write LHS, that is sin theta plus sin 2 theta plus sin 3 theta divided by cos theta plus cos 2 theta plus cos 3 theta. Okay. So how can you prove this? Left hand side is equal to right hand side. That is, left hand side is equal to, you have to prove tan 2 theta. So you have to take the terms in pair. You cannot take the terms in pair randomly. Okay. You cannot take the terms as you like. Okay. But in order to prove this LHS is equal to RHS, you have to consider the right hand side also. So that is, what is to be proved here? You have to prove tan 2 theta. 2 theta is there. So you have to take the terms in pair such that you may have 2 theta after simplification. And you know that if you take this theta and 3 theta, so theta plus 3 theta is 4 theta. Okay. 4 theta divided by 2 will be 2 theta. We are getting 2 theta. That means you have to take the terms in pair as sin theta plus sin 3 theta. But you cannot take sin theta and sin 2 theta as a pair, because theta plus 2 theta is 3 theta. 3 theta divided by 2 is 3 theta by 2. And you cannot take the terms in pair as sin 2 theta plus sin 3 theta. So if you add them, 3 theta plus 2 theta is 5 theta. 5 theta divided by 2. You cannot cancel it. You cannot get 2 theta. Okay, and 3 theta minus 2 theta is theta, that will be theta by 2. You are not getting 2 theta in this case. But if you take the terms sin theta plus sin 3 theta and cos theta plus cos 3 theta, theta plus 3 theta is 4 theta, and divided by 2, what do we get? 2 theta. That means you have to take the terms in pair as sin 3 theta plus sin theta. Always take the greater angle as C. So let us take the terms in pair now. So how can we take the terms in pair now? That is sin 3 theta plus sin theta. Okay, then plus sin 2 theta is there, right? Similarly, in the denominator, let us write down the greater angle as C, that is cos 3 theta. Cos 3 theta plus, this is your cos theta, right? And then you should write plus cos 2 theta. So I think you have understood it. So now let us use the formula for sin C plus sin D out here. And in this case, you can use cos C plus cos D. So which is equal to, now in the numerator, what do we write? Sin C plus sin D. 3 theta, take it as C, theta as D. So what is the formula? 2 sine of C plus D. What is C plus D? 3 theta plus theta. 3 theta plus theta divided by 2 into cos of C minus D, isn't it? What is C minus D? 3 theta minus theta. 3 theta minus theta divided by 2. Is it clear now? And keep the second term as it is. Don't use the formula for plus sine 2 theta. You can keep the term as it is, right? So similarly, what is cos C plus cos D? You know that 3 theta is taken as C and theta is taken as D. What is cos C plus cos D? 2 cos of C plus D by 2 into cos of C minus D by 2. So let us write it here. 2 cos of C plus D by 2 into cos of C minus D by 2. Here C is 3 theta and D is theta, right? And then you should write plus cos 2 theta. It is plus cos 2 theta. Okay? So let us simplify it now. So let us do the simplification now. 2 sine of, what is 3 theta plus theta? 4 theta divided by 2 is 2 theta into cos of, what is 3 theta minus theta? 2 theta divided by 2 is theta. Plus, this is your sine 2 theta. This whole divided by, similarly in the denominator, it will be 2 cos, what is 3 theta plus theta? 4 theta divided by 2 is 2 theta into cos of 3 theta minus theta. 2 theta by 2 is theta plus cos 2 theta. So now we can take common here. So what is common out here in the numerator? What is common? It is sine 2 theta is common within bracket. This is 2 cos theta plus 1 divided by, here cos 2 theta is taken common within bracket. This is 2 cos theta plus 1. So here these two will be cancelled. What is sine 2 theta by cos 2 theta? That is your tan 2 theta. So it is proved. So I think you have understood it. So you can copy it. Now we'll do the next question. So now we'll prove the next question, that is question number 4 of number 1. So let us prove that cos alpha minus cos beta whole square plus sin alpha minus sin beta whole square is equal to 4 sin square alpha minus beta by 2. So let us prove it from left hand side. So let us write down left hand side now, which is equal to, this is cos alpha minus cos beta whole square plus, and this is sin alpha minus sin beta whole square, right? So now which formula is used here? So within whole square there is cos alpha minus cos beta. You can use the formula of cos C minus cos D here. And here also in the second term within whole square there is sin alpha minus sin beta. So here also which formula is used? Sin C minus sin D. So let us use the formula now. What is cos alpha minus cos beta? That is cos C minus cos D. 2 sine of C. Here is alpha plus beta by 2. Then sine of D minus C by 2. What is D minus C here? Beta minus alpha by 2. So let us put it within second bracket, and whole square is also there. Okay? Plus. Similarly, what is sine C minus sine D? It is 2 cos of, this is your C plus D by 2 into sine of C minus D by 2. What is C minus D? Alpha minus beta by 2. So let us put it here also within whole square. Is that clear? So now let us simplify it again. Which is equal to, what is 2 whole square? That is your 4. This is sine square alpha plus beta by 2. Then it is sine square beta minus alpha by 2 plus, next, what is 2 whole square? That is your 4. Now this is cos square alpha plus beta by 2, right? And then this is sine square alpha minus beta by 2. So I think you have understood it. So now what will you do in the next step? Since you have to prove 4 sine square alpha minus beta by 2, okay, now there is sine square alpha minus beta by 2, but here it is beta minus alpha by 2. Let us make it alpha minus beta by 2. So which is equal to, this is 4 sine square alpha plus beta by 2. Let us write it within whole square. That is sine of beta minus alpha by 2, second bracket close, whole square. And let us keep the second term as it is. That is 4 cos square alpha plus beta by 2 into sine square alpha minus beta by 2. So I hope you have understood it. So let us make it alpha minus beta by 2. So how can you make it alpha minus beta by 2? By taking minus common, isn't it? So which is equal to, this is 4 sine square alpha plus beta by 2. Okay, next, now within third bracket sine of, now within second bracket, what is common here? Minus is taken common. So within bracket what do we have? So minus or minus plus alpha. So this will be alpha minus, this is plus beta, but because of this minus sign it becomes minus. So minus beta by 2. Here minus is taken common. Okay, this is third bracket close, whole square. So I think you have understood it. So let us keep the second term as it is, plus 4 cos square alpha plus beta by 2. 4 cos square alpha plus beta by 2, and then you should write sine square alpha minus beta by 2. That is sine square alpha minus beta by 2, which is equal to, now here this is 4 sine square alpha plus beta by 2, right? And you know that this expression is in the form of sine of minus theta. What is sine of minus theta? Minus sine theta, isn't it? So it is minus sine theta. What is theta here? Alpha minus beta by 2 whole square. And the second term remains as it is. 4 cos square alpha plus beta by 2 sine square alpha minus beta by 2, right? So which is equal to 4 sine square alpha plus beta by 2, and you know that minus whole square is plus, isn't it? Minus whole square is always plus. So this is your sine square alpha minus beta by 2. Okay, plus, then the second term remains as it is, alpha plus beta by 2 into sine square, this is alpha minus beta by 2. Is that understood? So now what will you do in the next step? You can take common here. What is common in this case? 4 is common, and sine square alpha minus beta by 2 is taken common. So within second bracket, what do we have? We have sine square. This is sine square alpha plus beta by 2 plus, then 4 sine square alpha minus beta by 2 is taken common. So it remains only cos square alpha plus beta by 2. Understood now? So what is the formula for this expression? This is just like your sine square theta plus cos square theta, which is equal to 1. You know that from class 10, isn't it? So which is equal to, this is 4 sine square. This is your alpha minus beta by 2 into 1. So which is equal to 4 sine square alpha minus beta by 2. So it is proved. So I think you have understood it. So you can copy it. Now we'll do the next question. So now we'll do the next question, that is question number 5 of number 1. Let us prove that cos 10 degree plus cos 110 degree plus cos 130 degree is equal to 0. So let us prove LHS is equal to RHS in this case. So let us write LHS now, which is equal to cos 10 degree plus cos 110 degree plus cos 130 degree, right? So in this case also you have to take the terms in pair so that we can use the formula of cos C plus cos D, and always take the greater angle as C and the small angle as D. So which two terms will you take in pair? So you can take either first term plus second term, it may be second term plus third term, or it may be first term plus third term. You may take any pair here, okay? So let us take the first two terms. But let us write down the greater angle first here, that is cos 110 degree plus cos 10 degree. So let us keep it within bracket so that we can use the formula of cos C plus cos D. Then plus, this is cos 130 degree. Okay. So now let us use the formula now here. So what is the formula that you can use here? It is cos C plus cos D. 110 degree, take it as C, 10 degree, take it as D. So what is the formula? 2 cos of what is C plus D? 110 plus 10 degree divided by 2, that is your cos C plus D by 2. Then cos of C minus D, 110 degree minus 10 degree divided by 2. Then what should you write? Cos, this is 130 degree. Okay. So which is equal to, now this is 2 cos, let us simplify it. 110 degree plus 10 degree is 120 degree divided by 2 is, it is 60 degree. Cos, how much is it now? 110 minus 10 is 100 by 2 is 50 degree plus cos 130 degree, right? So which is equal to 2 into what is cos 60? Cos 60, you know that this is half. Then it is cos 50 degree plus cos 130 degree. So you can cancel, your 2 gets cancels. So let us write cos 130 degree first, and then let us write cos 50 degree. Now you know that this is the formula cos C plus cos D. You know that, isn't it? What is cos C plus cos D again? Same formula is used, 2 cos C plus D by 2, cos C minus D by 2. Here C is taken as 130 and D is taken as 50. So which is equal to, what is the formula? 2 cos of C plus D. What is C plus D? 130 plus 50 by 2. 130 degree plus 50 by 2 cos C minus D by 2. What is C minus D by 2? 130 minus 50 by 2. This is 130 degree minus 50 degree divided by 2. Which is equal to 2 cos, what is 130 plus 50? 180 by 2 is 90 degree into cos of 130 minus 50 is 80 by 2 is 40 degree, right? 0 minus 0 is 0, 30 minus 5, 8. 80 by 2 is 40 degree. and this 130 plus 50 is 180 by 2 is 2 cos 90. So which is equal to cos 90 is the standard angle, that is your 0, into this is your cos 40 degree, right? This is your cos 40 degree. Is that clear? So which is equal to, what is the answer? Answer is 0. That is LHS is equal to RHS, proved. Is that clear now? So I hope you have understood it. Copy it. Now we'll do the next question. So now we'll do this proof, that is question number 6 of number 1. So let us prove LHS is equal to RHS. Okay, the question is sin 85 degree minus cos 65 degree is equal to cos 55 degree. So let us prove it from left hand side. So here LHS is equal to sin 85 degree minus cos 65 degree. But this is sin C minus cos D. There is no formula for such trigonometric function because these are two different trigonometric function. One is sin and the other one is cos. You have to change it into same trigonometric function. It may be sin C minus sin D, or it may be cos C minus cos D. So let us convert it into sin C minus sin D. Let us convert this cos 65 degree into sin. Okay. So that you can use the formula of sin C minus sin D, or you may change it into cos. You may use the formula of cos C minus cos D. Okay. So let us change it into sin C minus sin D. That is sin 85 degree minus this is, let us write on the formula first, cos 65 degree. How will you write it? 90 degree minus 25 degree. Isn't it? So 90 minus 25 is what? 10 minus 5 is 5. This is 8. 8 minus 2 is 6. So 90 minus 25 is your 65, right? So which is equal to sin 85 degree minus, what is cos 90 minus theta? What is this cos 90 minus theta? Cos 90 minus theta is sin theta. So this is sin 25 degree. You know cos 90 minus theta is sin theta, isn't it? 90 minus theta lies in the first quadrant. In the first quadrant, cos is always positive, so it is plus, but plus into minus is minus, sign is here. Since 90 into 1 is odd multiple of 90, so cos changes to sin. So it is sin 25 degree. So now what is the formula for sin C minus sin D? You know that. What is sin C minus sin D? 2 cos C plus D by 2 sin C minus D by 2, right? So it is 2 cos of C plus D. 85 degree plus 25 degree divided by 2 into sine of C minus D. 85 minus 25 degree divided by 2, right? So which is equal to, this is 2 cos of, let us simplify it. What is 85 plus 25? What is 85 plus 25? What is 85 plus 25? Is it correct? 90 minus 25, 5 plus 10. This is what? 8. 8 minus 2 is 8 minus 2 is 6, right? And cos 90 minus theta is sin theta. So this is sin C plus D by 2. 5 plus 5 is 10, isn't it? 5 plus 5 is 10, 0, right? This is 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 is 0 and 1 is 9 plus 2 is 11 by 2. Okay. So this is 2 5s are 10, 2 5s are 10. That is cos 55 degree. Is that clear? I think you have understood it. Okay. 85 plus 25 is 110 divided by 2 is 55 degree. Next. So it is sine, what do we get here? 85 minus 25. What is 85 minus 25? 5 minus 5 is 0 and 8 minus 2 is 60. 60 by 2 is, this is your 30 degree, right? So which is equal to 2 cos, this is your 55 degree into what is sine 30? Sine 30 is half. So 2 gets cancels, which is equal to, this is your cos 55 degree. So which is equal to right hand side. So I think you have understood it. So it is proved. So it is done. Okay. So now we'll do the next problem. Okay. So now we'll do question number 7 of number 1. So let us prove this question. Sine 18 degree plus cos 18 degree is equal to root over 2 cos 27 degree. So how can you prove it? So we can easily prove it from right hand side. So on the right hand side there is root over 2 cos 27 degree is there, isn't it? This 27 degree can be written in terms of 18 degree. You have to prove root over 2 cos 27 degree is equal to sine 18 degree plus cos 18 degree, right? So this 27 degree can be written in terms of 18 degree by writing 45 minus 18. You know 45 minus 18 is 27. Okay. So let us prove it from RHS. So RHS is equal to root over 2 cos, this is 27 degree, right? So which is equal to, now this is, which is equal to root over 2 cos 27 degree can be written as 45 minus 18 degrees, isn't it? That is 45 minus 18 is 27. Let us check it. 15 minus 8 is 7 and this is 3 minus 1 is 2, right? So now this is, you can use the formula from compound angle, that is cos of A minus B. So which is equal to root over 2 within bracket. What is cos of A minus B in this case? That is cos A cos B, you know that. This is cos A cos B plus. If there is minus, there should be plus in the formula. Plus sin A sin B. That is sin 45 degree, sin 18 degree. Right? So which is equal to root over 2 within bracket. What is the formula for, what is the value for cos 45? You know that 45 degrees is the standard angle. That is 1 by root 2. Cos 18 degree plus sin 45 degree is 1 by root 2 into, this is your sine 18 degree. Okay, so you can take common here, root 2 into, what is common here? 1 by root 2 is taken common. So within bracket we have cos 18 degree plus sine 18 degree, bracket is closed. So here root 2 gets cancelled. So what is the answer? This is cos 18 degree plus sine 18 degree. So this is the answer. That is done, proved. So I think you have understood it. So you can copy it. Okay. So this much is for today. So today also we did some problem from this topic, transformation of products and sums. So I think you understood the formula, and I think you also understood all these problems that we did today. So you revise all the problems that we did today at home. So in the next online class, we'll do more problems on this chapter, that is transformation of products and sums. Okay, so this much is for today.